Okay, if you missed class today and you're stuck on the CFU, here's what we've got. We got f of x. We just got some different data points here and x. So this is clearly not linear. You can see that the rate of change is changing. And we don't have a graph. We don't have an equation. So these are just kind of like snippets of time on that graph. So we have to figure out if f prime is negative or positive, right? We can see that is kind of like the start of every sentence. And we have to know if it's also if f prime is also increasing or decreasing. Okay, so this is also talking about whether or not f prime is increasing or decreasing. Well, let's just kind of concentrate on that first part. Is f prime positive or negative? Well, to find f prime, remember that this is just our slope, right? So to find that slope, we're just finding our rate of change. So we can do x2 and x1 and y2 and y1 and then subtract those. But just remember, let's see, 20 to 15, if I just kind of do this in my head, is going down 5, 0 to 2 is going up 2. So that slope to start is negative 5 over 2. Now that's not the slope throughout, but just at the beginning. We can see that we have an f prime of 2, or an f prime at around negative 5 over 2 to start, right? That was the average rate of change to start. And we can see, well, that's going to tell me the slope of the graph. Well, is the slope positive or negative to start? It's definitely starting negative, so we can cross off those two, right? We have a starting slope of negative. Now, if we continue to find those slopes, this would give us negative 7 over 2. This would give us negative 10 over 2. And then lastly, this would give us negative 18 over 2. All right, so we can see that throughout this, our f prime values are right here. Okay, our slopes, our average rate of change. Now, to find out if the f prime is increasing or decreasing, that's actually asking if it's concave up or down. We're going to find f double prime. All right, so we're actually going to find the slope of the slope. So what's happening from negative 5 to negative 7? So the slope changed from negative 5 to negative 7. So it was a negative slope. It stayed a negative slope, but that slope increase or decrease? Well, how do we get from negative 5 to negative 7? It's got to go down 2. And from negative 7 to negative 10, it's got to go down 3. And from negative 10 to negative 18, it's got to go down 8. So if we think about it, not only is the slope negative, what's happening to that slope? The slope is decreasing. Okay, which also tells me concave down. Right, so there's our curve. It's going to be a negative slope and it's going to be concave down. It might look something, oops, I accidentally drew that on there. That looks like that. Okay, concave down, decreasing line. So that tells us that we're going to have A. I hope that helps.